I know this is a scary image to start a YouTube video, but I really wanted to be very close to you because I have a secret to share today. I finally know what's going to make the Sony A9III extremely special and also world's first. And if you want to know more about this, you have first of all to like this video to help in the YouTube algorithm, because after I post this video, all other YouTubers and websites will copy my rumor and I will get lost into the big news. So it would help me if you help me to like this video. So please again do it now before I tell you what the A9III is. And the second thing is also please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. Also because you can expect me soon to post more rumors about the next Sony announcement. There will be another high-end camera coming in January. And also I have very reliable info about the next Leica, Panasonic and Olympus cameras too. Also starting to get something from Canon, and I will be the first to share them. So again, it will be worth to follow my channel. But now I will make you more comfortable by keeping some distance from you, sitting down and starting to talk about the A9III. As you know, tomorrow, November the 7th at 2 p.m. London time, Sony will have a major announcement. I was the first telling you that there would be an announcement in early November and that we would get the 300mm 2.8 GM lens and also the Sony A9III. What I didn't know as of yet was kind of sensor the Sony A9III would use. And usually, like on this A7C2, A7CR, a couple of weeks or even 1 month before the announcement, I get some specs, but on the A9III I didn't get anything. And there is a very good reason for that, because only very few people in this case had the chance to see the A9III, and sources didn't want to get spoiled and I don't want them to get in any trouble, so I had to wait out until the very right moment, and it's today. And the very good news is that the Sony A9III will be the world's first sports and wildlife photographer using a brand new Sony global shutter. So this will be the first Sony Alpha camera with global shutter. There are only rolling shutters until today. The Sony A9III will change it. And the sensor actually is a 24 megapixel global shutter sensor. On a global shutter, all pixels are read out at once, while on a rolling shutter they are read out line per line. And the advantage of a global shutter is that you no more have those distortions you see on rolling shutters. You can see the Sony explanatory video here where you see a helicopter, and you can see that the one with the rolling shutter has a distortion and the global shutter has none. And the Sony A9III with global shutter is basically a dream come true for any sports and wildlife photographers, and in general photographers that do shoot fast moving objects, because for the first time you can be sure that every image you take is 100% correct without any distortion. So if you shoot a fast moving car, you will not see it anymore that it looks like completely off, and this will put instantly the Sony A9III on top of the wish list of any professional sports and wildlife photographers. There is simply no competition in this segment. No other camera can do what the Sony A9III will be able to do. There is some rumors saying that the Canon R1 might be using global shutter, but they are coming all from sources that are often wrong, so let's say like this. So I have no clue if it's really going to happen. What's true is that the Sony A9III will be the first, and basically this is a killer feature, something that really creates a huge gap between Sony and all the rest of the cameras. So now you're probably wondering, yeah, if the global shutter is so fantastic, why wasn't it used until today with the Sony A9III? Well, there are basically two issues with the currently available global shutters. Let's start with the issue number one that has to do with the frame rate. Oxford Institute writes that the mechanism of global shutter mode demands that a reference readout is performed behind the scenes, in addition to the actual readout of charge from each pixel. This additional digitized readout is required to eliminate rosette noise from the global shutter image. Due to this additional reference readout, global shutter mode carries the trade-off of halving the maximum unsynchronized frame rate that would otherwise have been achieved in rolling shutter mode. So the first issue of global shutter is that the frame rate is only half as fast as rolling shutters, so you have to keep in mind that all pixels are read out at once, so you need to somehow get out all this massive information quickly to the processor. I guess that Sony will put some kind of crazy fast processing engine to make it possible that the A9III will keep a very high frame rate, probably of 24, 26 FPS with global shutter. The second issue with current global shutters is that the image quality is not as good as on rolling shutters. Sony itself did show in the past that rolling shutters have some greater image quality than global shutters. Well, it looks like Sony probably found a way to solve this. Probably it has to do again with the fast readout speed and the huge, massive, speedy processing engine. I'm very curious to see how the A9III images do look and what's the frame rate will be, because that I still don't know. But what I know, Sony A9III 24 megapixel global shutter, a world's first, that's coming tomorrow. My trusted sources didn't share any other details. They didn't tell me what the frame rate will be, what autofocus performance will be, if there's some kind of new trickery. All I've been told is that the autofocus is the best in class, and other specs that might be useful to know. I hope I will get them in the next couple of hours, but anyway, max tomorrow, November 7 at 2 p.m. London time, you will learn everything about the A9III. So I invite you to be on sonyoforrumors.com tomorrow to follow the live stream. There will be a live video showing the new camera and the new lens. Hopefully we'll also get a new A1 firmware update, but I'm not sure about that at the moment. I didn't get any confirmation on this. There should be a firmware update coming this in November or max December, but yeah, I don't know. Let's keep the fingers crossed that also A1 owners will be happy tomorrow. I'm really happy that I was able to give you the very first information about the Sony A9III. And on a personal note, as a person that works in the rumor business for 14 years now, it's kind of nice to finally see something very new. We are used to see small updates, reiterations, small minor improvements, which is all perfectly rational and good, but it doesn't happen often that we see something really new, and it sounds like that the Sony A9III will finally give us something to be very curious about, something new, and maybe something that will also be implemented on other future cameras. So even if the A9III is not for you, it will be interesting to see how the image quality and the frame rate of the new A9III will be. And so I'm very curious about tomorrow's announcement. So again, tomorrow 2 p.m. stay tuned on sonyoforrumors.com to see the live blogging and the live stream, and also subscribe to this video to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. And that's it for today. See you soon, folks.